Okay, as you all might know or may not know, as of last night at 11 o'clock, the employer decided to lock us out. As a result of them not being successful in intimidating the union or goading them into an all-out general strike, it's obvious to us that the union strategy was working to the point that the employer decided to lock us all out. We all know that a bunch of us yesterday tried to report to work at various stations across the country. We're told they couldn't work, and as a result, last night at 11 o'clock, the employer locked us out. When I was at the plant last night, Labour Relations came out and they gave us this following communique, and it says, following 12 days of increasingly costly and damaging rotating strikes being carried out by the Canadian Union of Postal Workers, Canada Post has suspended operations across the country. The accelerating decline in volumes and revenue combined with the inability to deliver mail on a timely and safe basis has left the company with no choice but to make this decision.
See if you can slow down a bit, please.
Specifically, we have taken this action for the following reasons. Rotating strikes have had a significant impact on the short-term revenue of the business. Canada Post estimated losses are approaching $100 million after today's strike in Montreal and Toronto, and the figure is climbing daily. Over the past few days, several incidents have raised concerns about the ability to move the mail while keeping our employees and customers safe. Like, they really give a rat's ass about keeping us safe. Canada Post and CUPW remain far apart on several fundamental issues, and there has been no progress made at the negotiating table for weeks. If we follow the uncertainty created by the rotating strikes to continue, our ability to remain financially self-sufficient and not becoming a burden on Canadian taxpayers will be at jeopardy. Never mind the fact that for 16 years they've made record profits. We believe that a lockout is the best way to bring a timely resolution to the impasse and force the union to seriously consider proposals that address the declining mail volumes and the $3.2 billion pension deficit. And we all know why there's the $3.2 billion pension deficit. The employer decided to take a 2-year pension holiday. It wasn't us. Canada Post continues to believe that the best result from this round of bargaining is a negotiated settlement. Bullshit, they do. The company had hoped to reach an agreement without a disruption in Canada's postal service, which is why the company made every effort to protect the pay, pension, and job security of existing employees. And we saw how they tried to protect the pay of existing employees by unilaterally deciding not to pay us, or not to deduct our medical benefits off the last check before the rotating strikes began.
Yeah.
So that's it in a nutshell. Last night when we were at the terminal, Labour Relations came out and gave us this communique. They asked the local to meet as far as developing some kind of picket line protocol. The union discussed briefly as far as the RSFCs are concerned what the protocol will be for them, and other than that, the employer was told that it was them that locked us out. So much for their protocol, because as far as we're concerned, there is no protocol now. Nothing goes in, nothing goes out.
Say that one more time and say it really clear, please. These are instructions,
The
you
union's
guys.
position now is that there is no picket line protocol beyond the fact that nothing goes in, nothing goes out, except stations that have RSMCs working. They show their picket passes, they come and go. Anybody who has reported and hasn't saw the picket captain and signed in, you need to do that daily. We've got names, addresses, and email addresses and phone numbers of people.
Yeah.
Making sure.
Yeah.
It's locked. We already checked.
So check your phone messages on a daily basis and your emails, because it's important.
I'm coming up.
It's going to be a hard time right now, everybody, and it's really, really important we stick together now. We're back here now. You know, there's a lot of speculation as to why the employer did this with the lockout, you know, and a lot of it has to do is because the rotating strikes have had an impact on the employer's ability to control us, and we all know how they like to control us. You know, personally, I seem to think that, you know, we all know what's going on with Air Canada right now. The legislation was already written up before they even decided to go out on the line. And I personally believe that likely that's what's exactly probably happening with us. Even though the Labour Minister said the other day they weren't going to legislate, it looks to me like the writing's on the wall and that's likely going to happen. But if that's not the case, be prepared for a long, drawn-out strike. Understand this again, and specifically with the OMPP, the Automobile Processing Plant. By the end of July, they're supposed to have 12 machines up there and running on the second floor, and there's restructures that have been scheduled because as a result of the modern post. And that's another fear why they may decide to just let us go out, hoping to be able to get that equipment in there. I'm going to talk about another couple things, but we need to turn the camera off.